Let's talk about this. I want to go over this. Talk about I'm getting on it. This is the kid in question. Just an innocent little kid. He's a huge Chiefs fan. He's got his headdress on. He's got his jersey on. He's got his necklace on, right? He's got his face paint on. It's his war paint, man. This is a kid who means business. I fucking love this stuff. This right here is oh my God, it makes me so happy. I love it when I see a kid who is dedicated to something, that is a huge fan of something. They like, no one puts their whole spirit into something quite like a kid does. And that, like, the players joining in. So great, right? Nothing wrong with this. Look at the photographer coming. Look at that. This is one of those moments that I'd be like, as a parent, I'd remember this forever. Well, here comes Jackety Jackass. Deadspin author Carron J. Phillips. An absolute piece of shit. This is the story that he wrote. The NFL needs to speak out against Kansas City Chiefs fan in blackface native headdress. The doubling up on the racism. Are you going to say anything, Roger Goodell? First off, he might have thought he had him with the headdress thing. Like, oh, this is racism because he's dressed up in a Native American headdress, this white kid. Even if that was racist, which it's not, at least you would have had a modicum of a point. But he goes, the blackface is just the most racist thing. First off, in the setting, how would that even make sense? Why would you think that anyone would buy that this kid was doing blackface wide out in the open in public at a Chiefs football game? What kind of lie were you trying to get away with there, bro? But let's go ahead and go through this. It takes a lot to disrespect two groups of people at once, but on Sunday afternoon in Las Vegas, a Kansas City Chief fan found a way to hate black people and the Native Americans at the same time. Okay, first off, where is the hate? Why is this automatically implied hate? This is so stupid. I'm losing my mind just reading this initial paragraph. I need to get it together. The stupidity is getting to me. There's no hate demonstrated here. It's just a kid wearing a headdress with face paint on. The Chiefs fan is totally having a normal one. Or okay, this Chiefs fan is totally having a normal one. This guy. First off, fuck you. This isn't a grown ass person. It is a child. The image of a Chiefs fan in blackface wearing native headdress during a road game leads to so many unanswered questions. Why did the camera person give this fan the attention? Well, let's stop for a second and think about that. You've asked the question why. Did you want to go and look at the footage that was captured there? Why did the producer allow the camera angle to be aired at all? Because no one thinks about racism all the time like you do, bro. No one is out there looking for reasons to be offended like you are, bro. People can see something and understand the context and know that there's no racism attached to it. And they will go along with whatever's going on because, it's an innocent little thing that's happening right there. You know why it was focused on that kid? Because the kid is cute. He's cute, he's a mega fan, and it's fun to see innocence like that happen. Is the fan a kid, teenager, or a young adult? Let's take a fucking look for a sec. All right, I'm losing my mind. I'm sorry. This guy got me fucked up. Despite their age, who taught that person that they were wearing was appropriate? The answer to all of those questions lead back to the NFL. He's like, blame. The kid's to blame, the parents are to blame, the NFL is to blame, the cameraman's to blame, everyone is to blame for this horrific incident. While it isn't the league's responsibility to stop racism and hate from being taught in the home, they are a league that has relentlessly participated in prejudice. If the NFL had outlawed the chop at Chiefs games and had been more aggressive in changing the team's name, then we wouldn't be here. This man is a black Karen. There's no place for a franchise to be called the Chiefs in a league that's already eradicated Redskins. Actually, let's go ahead and take just a moment to address this. The Redskins, when they were the Washington Redskins, they were a team that were respecting these Indians. This one chief in particular. We are committed to inspire change and the social justice that inspires change for the long term. Anna Isaacson, NFL Senior Vice President of Social Responsibility, told the Associated Press back in 2021. This was the time when the league was beginning to allow players to wear decals on their helmets that read "Stop Hate, Black Lives Matter, Inspire Change, and Say Their Stories" as part of the NFL's social justice initiatives. Bro, your social justice initiatives. There's nothing good about social justice. Nothing at all. Because social justice, really all it is just masked racism against a group that you consider to be oppressive. Usually white people. Lately, it's been Jewish people. It's just pardoned racism. That's all social justice is. Notice how it's usually referred to as a social justice and not racial justice, as a way to soften the as a way to soften the hate. It's an orchestrated way to distract you from the core issue. Bro, you're the one who is distracting yourself from the core issue. The core issue isn't an issue. It's a kid having fun at a game, and you are making this into a big, giant to-do. This is embarrassing. However, the ultimate insult from the league can be seen during each game as end racism, and it takes all of us are sketched into the end zones. Do you know how big your balls have to be to say that racism should be ended when you have a racist past like the NFL? The idea that it takes all of humanity to end racism is not only asinine, but insulting and infuriating. Bro, this guy is so... His self-awareness is just out the door. This man is demonstrating racism. Okay, he saw a kid who looks white and decided that what he was doing was wrong because he was white. If a kid who was black had done this, do you think that this author would be saying the same exact thing? He wouldn't. I'm not going to read any more of this because this guy's got me fucked up. Phillips himself is a massive racist. I'm from Saginaw, I don't know how to pronounce that. Spent a lot of time in Flint. I've never seen this many white people in Flint in my life. It's concerning. Oh, why is it concerning? If this were the bubble, numerous players would have been asked about Buffalo yesterday, but that was a long time ago. Sports only serve as an escape from society if you're white. Incredible. This guy doesn't really think too highly of white people, which I guess is why he tried to cancel a child that he thought was white. We're getting there. One of the most hysterical fails I have ever seen. Because now it's come out that the kid himself is Native American. Breaking, the kid Deadspin smeared over false blackface and racism accusations is actually Native American. His grandfather is Raul Armenta, part of the Chumash tribe, and a member of the Santa Ynez Band of Chumash Indians. This is a feel-good story. The core issue is that you're a whiny-ass Carron who needs to justify his job as sports, race, and culture writer for Deadspin and hopefully just wrote your ass out of a job. I don't think that they'll fire him. He's a senior editor over at Deadspin. Now, I don't know how they do it over at Deadspin with their senior editor. I'm a senior editor at Red State, right? And I pretty much have free reign over the site. If I write what I want, when I want, and how I want, okay? And I don't have to go through anybody else to get approval or anything like that. I don't know if that's the same way it is over at Deadspin. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But if it is the same way, then here's what happened. This guy saw the image, or more egregiously, saw the video and screenshot the image, and then decided to create an entire false article around it. And without consulting his fellow editors, or the managing editor for that matter, he decided to write up this post and then just release it, thinking that he was going to score some points with the race baiting crowd, with the left, right? That he was going to probably cause some sort of controversy and that was finally going to get the Chiefs to change their name, which I imagine was part of like the ultimate. He wanted to have his name on the Chiefs changing their name. Now that it's starting to come together now. I was mulling this over for a long time yesterday. I thought about it I wanted to write an article about it, but I couldn't. I was trying to figure out what his ultimate goal was. Now it's starting to make sense to me. I think that part of the reason is he made a big thing about trying to change the name of the Chiefs into something less offensive. And he was going to use this kid as the spark that set off the explosion. Somehow, how like racism is just, it fested that stadium. And that things need to change immediately. Only he picked the wrong target. He picked a kid who wasn't dressing in blackface. He was wearing Chief colors. But also the headdress that he was wearing is connected to his ancestry. What a fucking idiot. He face plants. I think that's what he was trying to do, guys. I think that he was trying to set off a chain of events that would lead to the Chiefs changing their name, and he would be able to put his name on that. I'm Carron J. Phillips, and I was the guy who got the Chiefs to change their name. God, the clout that he would get from that. He would write a book about it. He would get a ton of money for it, recognition from his peers, all right? They would be talking about him in the news. They would be teaching classes about what he did in colleges everywhere. Oh, God. And he just ruined everything by going after the wrong damn kid. This is beautiful.